the comeback update of Anime Fighters, the game has received a massive surge of players, um, amassing 100,000 active players on the update day, which is absolutely incredible for the game itself. But what does this actually mean for the game and the direction that it's going to take? Personally, I think that the game is. I know I said in my recent video concerning the update that the game could be coming back, it could be better than ever. But honestly, with the way this update turned out, I think it was overhyped and that the game might take a downfall, a major downfall. Currently, it has 95,000 players, almost 96,000. I think its top was 110,000 players, which is absolutely insane. That's probably, the highest, at least top 5 most played Roblox games, like at one point. Absolutely incredible for the game. But the quality, I mean, the quality is high. Well, don't get me wrong, but it could be done better than what it was. Um, the new units, they're nothing in looks compared to what we had, have had. Wow, English is difficult, I know. I'm trying to be serious, but I cannot. The quality of the units, I feel like it's also taken quite a downfall. I mean, this is the land of Wano enemy. It's he's basically naked. There's absolutely nothing on him. I mean, they could have done better than that. Shogun Momo, he looks decent. But the pirate, he's the base enemy. They could have done something a little special for him. They also made everything, way harder, way more difficult. If you see dungeon bosses, they have like 300 Y health now. It's absolutely insane. Um, and then they added a new time trial because the ultimate time trial wasn't hard enough. The top only like the top 1% of players can really beat the ultimate time trial. Adding an impossible one, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, impossible time trial. Who's expected to beat that? I would consider myself probably in the top 1 to 2% of all players, which isn't that much if you really think about it. That's about, I don't know, assuming the game has had about 200,000 or so different people play it. Assuming, by the way, it could be more than that, could be less. That's only top 2,000 really, which say it's good, but you got to think a majority of people kind of started and then never played again. That's how a lot of things go with this game, because it's either a win or loss for you really. And then immediately on update day, they also dropped 2 new game passes, which is classic Anime Fighters fashion. Don't get me wrong, but they're it's game passes that I feel like we never really needed, but rather not even wanted really, other than auto attack. But nobody wanted that until I think Anime Warriors 2 wanted it. Anime Warriors 2 had it, which was only recently. And then instant passive reroll. I don't know anyone who has ever asked for that. So I feel like that was quite a bit of a cash grab because it's a game pass that you would want if you knew that it could be that they were planning on implementing it or implementing it currently, which is what they did. They implemented it, and I'm sure countless people have bought it already. It's too many people, tens of thousands most likely. I feel like potentially there's a small percentage of me that thinks that the boss has bought Anime Fighters, and he's bought many other games recently. Um, this has only just become public, but he's bought Anime Warriors 2. Crazy. I mean, I think most people knew that was going to happen, especially with the thumbnail of the games being so similar. But yeah, he bought that. Um, he bought Reaper 2, which I remember he made public, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything happen in that game, so I mean, he's just going on a monopoly spree right now. Absolutely. Respectable, but I mean, is he going for money or quality? Because with how the Anime Fighters update turned out, I don't know if it was quality or money. You've got this expensive as crap Game Pass auto attack, 500 Robux. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are games where you can get that for free. And then instant passive reroll. Honestly, that's not even a necessary Game Pass. That's something to buy just for quality of life. 200 Robux. That's a little over the top, don't you think? 200. You know what I could do with 200 Robux? Okay, not much actually. I could advertise a game and probably not make that Robux back, but you'd be making, slightly more back than what you would be with just auto passive reroll. I mean, it's just, I don't think that they're going for quality, but rather money. And I hate to say that, but I feel like that's also always kind of been a thing with Anime Fighters. It's always been a little bit more on the cash grabby side with all these game passes, like vault slots. I genuinely don't even know what the vault's for. I mean, it's been there for so long, and I've never even touched it. It stores units. I don't see a point in that, personally. That was probably the most useless update we've had ever. And they added game passes for it. Expensive ones at that. 200 and 500. That's $5 to store, basically for a second inventory. An inventory at which you can't even access at all times. You have to go to the challenge hub to actually access it, which is more of a hassle, really, rather than, the quality of life. Which is what, auto attack and auto passive reroll are. Passive luck, that kind of necessary. Half cooldown, that would not be necessary unless someone, knew that you wouldn't think of wanting that. It's the same thing as instant passive reroll. It's not necessary. Which is why I do think that the game has become more of a cash grab rather than focusing on quality for the players and the community. Okay, the boss isn't as, strong as it was last time I did a dungeon. Last time it had like 350 Y HP. Absolutely crazy for, a dungeon. I mean, these are still completely locked by like, only 10% of players could probably do this. I mean, if I'm being honest. Then you gotta think, you can't do dungeons unless you're at the last map, too. Which isn't hard to get to. But then, on top of that, they're incredibly hard to do. I mean, the health on them is just absolutely insane. Absurd. It's insanity. And then, oh my gosh, I have a big problem with these sacrifice machines. It's locked behind divines. Okay? So that's basically saying, in order to access this part of the game, you kind of have to spend Robux, because I don't know a single free-to-play player that has a divine. I've never seen a free-to-play player that has a divine. Now, to lock something this significant behind a divine is absurd. And I mean, it used to be 2 divines, so I guess 1 is better. But still, you've got 1 divine. Okay, say you're a free-to-play player. You pull your first divine. That could be the only divine you ever pull. Even for some, like, non-free-to-play players, some pay-to-win players. A divine is still crazy to pull. I mean, you're not going to just pull 15 every night like you pull with secrets, which, I mean, you probably pull way more than 15 every night when we're talking about secrets. But still, divine, if you're lucky, for the average player, 1 a night. I pulled 2 last night. I don't know how. Probably with the 5 times event, honestly, and the 5 plus luck event. But I mean, I didn't get either of them as Renzo. I got them both as Rian. I don't know how I got that unlucky. And honestly, I don't even know how you're supposed to manage to get avatar coins because I just did dungeon and I didn't get any. The divines are genuinely, I mean, the avatars are genuinely locked behind a paywall, basically. And I find that absolutely absurd. Shouldn't be done that way. Oops. You know, might as well craft the shiny craftable while I'm, on this video. Very off topic. Just randomly decided to do it. So we're gonna do it real quick. Gonna show him off. It should be Odin. Anyways, that's my rant about this update. I think that it's not worth the comeback. Also, look at all these secrets, man. That was my last night haul. Absolutely crazy. Multiple shinies, 2 divines, and then, hold on, let's equip Odin real quick. Show him off. He is pretty cool. Hold on, can we get a quick attack effect? Alright, fire. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you enjoyed my little rant, please do subscribe. Helps me out a bunch. Like the video. Comment if I missed anything important about this update, because, I mean... Also, I want to point out how lackluster this map is. Like, I looked at this and I honestly thought that they just, like, released the wrong map, because there's nothing here. You've got the outer buildings and then nothing. I mean, every single map has got either a second layer or it's just like more crowded than the Wano map. I mean, even Hell's Paradise is more crowded. Hell's Paradise is an amazing map, by the way. I absolutely love this. But Wano, I mean, it was just done completely dirty. I mean, I don't even know what they were going for with Wano. This Hell's Paradise literally has enemies all the way up here, where the average player won't go to. I mean, the average player will most likely, stick down here, maybe kill a few enemies, and then head to the next map. Head to Wano. It's extremely lackluster. Another terrible thing about this update, I know. It's tragic. But I mean, that's going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed my rant, please do consider subscribing. Helps me out a bunch. Like the video and comment what I missed. Like, if you think that the Anime Fighters is becoming a crash grab or not. Because I personally do think it is. Along with Anime Warriors 2, most likely. And maybe even Reaper 2, which would be an absolute tragedy. Reaper 2 was amazing. Loved the game. But hopefully. Anyways, yep, see you.